Assalamualaikum and good greetings. So today I'll be watching a video by FTD Speaks titled The Real Reason Ahmed Deedat Debated Christians dash reaction. So this is a reaction by FTD Speaks on a video where I think the reason for Ahmed Deedat debating Christian or debated Christians will be, explained, and he will react to it, and I will be reacting to those. Without further ado, let's watch.
Hey guys, what's happening? Now, I'm somebody who's curious to know why Ahmed Deedat did what he did, the purpose of going through the debates. I have an idea, but this question was asked at a question and answer session, and let's see how he responds to it. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
1986, wow.
Is it right to spread Islam by debates, dialogues? Why Christians do not ask Muslims to debate?
Christians to debate.
You see, the questioner is absolutely ignorant, totally ignorant in what he's asking. I have debated now with 6 Americans.
Okay.
And the Americans have been coming to me. I didn't come here to America looking for them. 6 Americans. I named them. Professor Simpkins of Johnson Bible College, he came to South Africa to debate with me. Josh McDowell came to South Africa to debate with me. Dr. Floyd E. Clark from Johnson Bible College, he came to England to debate with me. That's 3. 4. Jimmy Swaggart. 4. Anish Roche from Mobile, Alabama. He came to debate with me in England. 5, 6, I counted some 6. Somebody was asking me yesterday, and one, they came to my mind, 6 Americans. Oh yes, thank you very much. This Douglas we are talking about just now. I just forgot what happened yesterday. So I didn't go looking for Douglas, I didn't go looking for Jimmy Swaggart, I didn't go looking for any one of these. They are raising the dust in the world. There are at the moment, out of the world, 70,000 missionaries, evangelists, crusaders. 60% are Americans. 42,000 Americans are raising the dust throughout the world. What you talking about? We debating with them. They are raising the dust in Pakistan. They have perverted more Pakistanis into Christianity since independence than in the previous 50 years of 100 years of British rule. They have perverted more Bangladeshis into Christianity since independence than the previous 100 years of British rule. They have converted 15 million Indonesians into Christianity. There are 35,000 full-time evangelists, crusaders in Africa involved at the moment. What are you talking about? Debating. They are raising the dust, they're knocking at your door. And you are such a fool, you don't know what's going on. Unless, hypocrites. I meet hypocrites here in your country. A doctor tells me, he takes me at the last trip of mine, somewhere near Detroit, Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor, is there a place like that? Yes. He takes me home some 20, 30 miles away. And in the car he's telling me, he says, what, you tried interfering with these Christians. Why don't you leave them alone? I says, you are such a fool. I said, do you read the Quran? 1/3 of the Quran is addressed to Jews and Christians. Do you know that? 1/3 of the Quran is addressed to Jews and Christians. If it is not relevant, I said, take it out and put it in a museum. Those pieces, 1/3, out. What are you wasting time with it? What are you making your children to read it? What for? But he says, look, no Christian interferes with us. I said, no. I said, don't the Jehovah's Witnesses come to your home? I said, no. Okay. Whether they knock at your doors or not. I go to his house, I sleep in the house. Next morning he goes up early, he says, look, I'll come back a little later. You can have your breakfast in the meantime. I said, right. After breakfast, I'm sitting in the sitting room. Are you listening or are you talking? This gentleman here, look. Are you listening or you want to have a discussion now? But this is not the time. Look. See, they ask questions and they start having discussions. No, well, you had that spirit behind you. However, look, so sitting in his sitting room, I'm watching his library, and from the color of books I can make out whether they are Jehovah's Witnesses, publication, Watchtower. So I see a book there, the color, I recognize color. They have a specialized type of coloring for their books. So I take the book, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained, title of the book. So I read, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. So when he comes, I'm asking his wife before he came, I said, Ben, sister, where did you get this from? He said, no, some Jehovah's Witness came and my husband bought it for $5. So when he came, I said, look, how did this come here in your library? No, liars, hypocrites. There's something gone wrong with you. You got this in your library and you say you don't know how it comes there. He come by, Holy Ghost brought it there and put it there. This is the sickness. You see, I said, look, get rid of this emasculation. You know, you are already emasculated people. Come out of that, you know, stand up for your rights, the people, help the people, and inshallah, if you can help the people, you'll be helping yourself.
Okay, so a little bit of a different answer than what I was expecting, but it's really just clear that Ahmed Deedat.
I think it is because the audience, I assume, the audience seems to be Muslim, because the way he addressed them is like knocking to the head of Muslims to realize something. Hence, the answer is as such. I think if the audience is if a Christian asks that, I think the answer may be different or will touch upon several other things.
He is like, I actually don't go out and look for these debates. This is not something that I'm doing, traveling around the world and looking for debates. People are actually coming to me. So, you know, and he addressed it in the way only Ahmed Deedat could address it, just very blunt and straightforward. He says, okay, you know, you're asking like this ignorant question, and you know, even when he was giving the answer, the guy wasn't really listening, because I guess he kind of flipped his question. Ahmed Deedat flipped his question upside down on his head, and he was like, oh, okay, I guess not. And you know, that's a big thing too. It's like, oh, why don't you leave them alone and whatnot. And I say, if one group of religious people are free to share their religion, you know, come knocking at your door and whatever, all groups of religion should be free to share their religion, you know. And I think that's really the best way, just to be fair when it comes to religious discussion, and each religion having an opportunity to be shared. You know, when the moment people think, I think Islam, sometimes they kind of just get on the defensive and say, whoa, you're pushing that kind of too much. But again, at the same time, other religions also pushing their religion. So everybody, I think, should be free to push their religion, debate about it, share about it, and everybody should also be open to listening or not listening. It's really your choice. But I think in this case, Ahmed Deedat was judged pretty unfairly, and he was sort of labeled as somebody that was doing the bad thing, when he wasn't really the one going out and looking for those particular debates. And I do have to say, even if he was the one going out and looking for the debates, going out and knocking on people's door and sharing information, okay, great. You know, other religions do that, so I don't see that it would be a problem if him as a Muslim would do it too. I'm really all for balance and equality on this topic, and you know, that's really my 2 cents on this. Thanks for joining me for another episode. Definitely want to hear your thoughts and comments about this below. Hit that like button before you get on out of here, guys. And
Alright, so yeah, again, yeah, watching a video where some conversation is taking place, or some people answering question of others in a very specific context, and then the title of video is saying certain things, and you have certain expectation, oh, maybe they will discuss about this, and then, oh, apparently it is very specific to that context. Sometimes that is where I think the issue is expectation, right? Because when we expect something and it doesn't come to what we expect, we tend to have like a negative, you know, feeling about it, or unsatisfied, even though the original content is not really making that claim to begin with. It's just some people that uploaded it after that, put a certain title that create a certain expectation, I guess. So here also, right? But anyway, I guess I didn't have to add any more. But I do agree that in the sense that because I myself also expected a different way of discussion that it could have gone if about that question, right? The real reason that debate. He debated Christian, right? Because in my circle as well, some younger Muslim do ask, is debate something good in Islam, and why not? Is it a valid approach for da'wah? Why and why not? Yeah, so I thought it will address those kind of discussion, but apparently it's not, because the question itself is directed to Ahmed Deedat. It's not about the position of debate in da'wah in Islam. It's more of you, why are you? So he answers straight away, what are you talking about? I'm not like what you imply, which is a valid answer, right? It's just not what I expected. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.